What's up guys, it's Tank-Herbo, and today we are going to be doing our Wonder Weapon tutorial guide on how to build all 4 of these swords on Citadelle Day Morgue. The first thing you are going to do once you get into the game is you're going to rack up enough points to open up all the doors until you get to the cannon. And then once you get up here to the cannon, you're going to rotate this wheel thing to turn the cannon. And then as soon as you do that, what you're going to do is activate the cannon to blow open the castle so you can make your way into the castle. Once you make your way into the castle, what you're going to do is continue to open up some of the map, and what you're going to do is come down into the downstairs area of Citadelle, and once you do that, you're going to come down here to this container and shoot off these 3 locks. Once you shoot these 3 locks off this container, a Doppler gas is going to spot out. What you're going to have to do is take that Doppler gas down. Once you do that, once you take the Doppler gas down, he's going to drop a blood crystal, and what you're going to do is pick this up so you can now activate the Pack-a-Punch. Once you activate the Pack-a-Punch, you can now start focusing on getting ready to work on the swords. But before you can work on the swords, you have to wait until round 10 for the first knight zombie to spawn in. He's going to be wearing like a knight's helmet. But while you're waiting on round 10 for the first knight zombie to spawn in, what you can do is go and collect a few parts to get ready for working on the swords. The first few parts that you can collect while you're waiting for round 10 is some of these lightning rods for the lightning sword, and I'm going to show you some of the locations for those lightning rods now. What you're going to do to get the first lightning rod is what you're going to do is come over here to this arsenal machine, and you're going to have to equip dead wire to your gun. Once you equip dead wire to your gun, you're going to come over here towards the spawn area and come over here by these stairs, and there's going to be a little electrical panel that you're going to have to shoot on the wall, and once you shoot that electrical panel, lightning rod is going to drop on the ground. To get the second lightning rod, what you're going to do is come over here by Deadshot Daiquiri, and it's going to be off to the left a little bit over here by these barrels, and it's just going to be leaning up against the barrels over here, so you can come over here and just pick up the next lightning rod. We're going to have to wait to get the third lightning rod until round 10 until we obtain the lightning sword. So while we're waiting until round 10, there's one more part that we could pick up before round 10. So the last part that we can go ahead and pick up while we're waiting on round 10 is we can come over here off to our left into this room by the Unite room, and there's going to be a part that you can pick up in this room. There's going to be a few locations of where this part could be in this room, and I'm going to show you those locations now. So to find the part in this room, you can check these little shelves over here. They could spawn in on these shelves, or sometimes they could spawn in over here on this fireplace. Also, it could spawn in over here on this table as well, and then you could also come over here to these other shelves on this side of the wall, and it could spawn over here, or you could check on the other tables. Just basically check everywhere in this room on the shelves or the tables to find the part you're looking for. Once you find the part you're looking for and you pick it up, it's going to have like a rock on it, and on that rock there's going to be 5 different things it could be. You'll have a horn on the rock, or it can have a fish, or a jawbone, or a raven skull, or a scorpion. And what we're going to use this for is to build the raven sword later on in the game. So once you get both of those lightning rods and that part that you have collected from the room over here by the knight's room, we are now on our way to get to round 10 to get the first knight zombie. Once you get to round 10, you're going to have your first knight zombie spawn into the map, and once you find that knight zombie, what he's going to look like is he's going to have a knight's helmet on his head, and once you kill that knight zombie, what he's going to drop is a little stamp that you could pick up. And once you get that little stamp that you picked up from the knight zombie, what you're going to do is come up here to the knight's room, and there's going to be 4 knights in the knight's room. So what you're going to do is go up to one of those knights and hold interact to one of those knights with that stamp, and the knight is going to give you the sword that you interact with. So the first sword I just picked up was the stag sword, and that's the sword we are going to start working on. So now we can get the third lightning rod, and the way to get the third lightning rod is you're going to come down into this room where a quick revive is, and you're just going to kind of wait around until a zombie spawns in. He's going to have like heavy duty body armor, and he's going to be carrying the last lightning rod on his back. So basically just come down here after you collect the stag sword and wait for the zombie to spawn in that has a lightning rod, and once you find that zombie, you can kill that zombie and collect the third lightning rod. Once you have all three of the lightning rods and the stag sword, what you're going to do is come up here to this little walk area where the cannon was, and what you're going to do is come up to this little vase thing over here, and what you're going to do is place all three of the lightning rods inside of it. And what's going to happen is there's going to be like a storm cloud that kind of appears into this little catwalk area that you're on. And basically what you have to do is kind of wait around. Some purple-eyed zombies are going to spawn in, and what you're going to do is kind of slash those purple-eyed zombies until your sword is glowing like a blue with like lightning. And then once that happens, you're going to come up over here to the lightning rods that you place into this little vase thing, and then you're going to slash the vase until you have done that 3 times. Once you have slashed all 3 of the lightning rods, once your sword goes blue, what you're going to do is you're going to come back to the vase thing and put your sword inside of it. And once you have done that, you have fully completed the stag sword in Citadelle. Each sword is also going to have its own like specialty attack, and with the stag sword, when you use the special attack, it's going to shoot a really powerful lightning beam out of the sword, and it's actually pretty cool. Once you have completed the stag sword, what you're going to do is wait until the next round to get the next stamp to build the next sword that you're going to work on. To get the next stamp is you're going to wait until the next round for the next night zombie to spawn in. Once you find that next night zombie, what you're going to do is kill the night zombie and pick up the second stamp. The next sword we are going to be focusing on is going to be the dragon sword. So it's going to be on the other side across from the stag sword. So what you're going to do is use the stamp for the knight to hand you the sword, and once you pick up the sword, we can move on. So the first step you're going to do to build the dragon sword is you're going to come up here to this dragon statue and place your sword into this little stand in front of the dragon statue, and you're on to the next step. So after you place the dragon sword in the dragon statue, there's going to be 3 locations that are going to be on fire, and what you're going to do is the first location is going to be over here on the little catwalk, and all you're going to do is come over here and pick up this fire out of this little thing. And when you do this, I highly recommend punching the purple-eyed zombies on your way back to the dragon. If not, it's going to drain your health really quickly. The reason why you want to punch the purple-eyed zombies while you're on fire is because when you're on fire, what's going to happen is it's going to slowly drain your health. So when you punch the purple-eyed zombies when you're on fire, taking the fire back to the dragon, is going to refill your health. So the second fire location is going to be over here by Spawn and Deadshot Decker. So what you're going to do is the same thing as the first one. You're going to come over here and pick up this fire and just kind of follow the path I'm going to get to the dragon. And remember to punch your purple-eyed zombies on your way to dropping the fire off at the dragon statue. The last location for the fire is going to be over here at Spawn. Once you pick that last fire up, what's going to happen is the same thing. You're going to run all the way back to the dragon statue. This stretch is a little longer than the other 2, so make sure you're punching your purple-eyed zombies on your path to get back to the dragon statue. Once you place this fire at the dragon statue, you have now completed the dragon sword. So the special attack for the dragon sword is it's going to shoot like 3 fireballs out of the sword and explode zombies. This one's actually pretty cool as well. Once you have gotten the dragon sword completed, what you're going to do is go to the next round again, and what you're going to do is wait for the next night zombie to spawn in. And again, what you're going to do when that zombie spawns in is you're going to kill that zombie, and you're going to pick up the little stamp that he drops, and now you can start working on the next sword. So the next sword we're going to be working on is going to be the lion sword. So this one's actually pretty easy. As soon as you pick up that sword, What's going to happen is these parasites are going to spawn in that are glowing like a brighter yellow. And what you want to do is take those parasites down over here by this door by spawn area. And what you're going to do is slash one of those glowing parasites until you get a glow on your sword. Once you get that glow on your sword, what you're going to do is come over here to this door and slash this door, and it's going to light up a symbol. And you have to do that until you get all 4 symbols. Once you get all 4 symbols, what you're going to do is come over here and interact with this door, and what it's going to do is take you inside that door. And then once you're inside that door, what you're going to do is place your sword inside this little pillar thing, and what's going to happen is there's going to be a symbol that pops up on the little pillar thing where you place your sword at, and what you have to do is find those symbols in that room and shoot those symbols that show you on the little pillar thing in the order it shows you in. So in my game, my first symbol was the circle with the dot in the middle, and then my second symbol was the snowflake, and my third symbol was like the little triangle looking symbol, and then my last symbol was the circle with the dot in the middle, but it had a line in the middle. Once you have shot in all 4 of the symbols in the correct order that it shows on your pillar, what's going to happen is you're going to come up here and interact with the sword, and now you have completed the lion sword. The special attack for the lion sword is it puts this force field around you and kind of protects you from all enemies that try to attack you, and this one's actually pretty cool as well. Once you have completed the lion sword, what you're going to do is go to the next round again, and you're going to look for the knight zombie that is wearing the knight's helmet, and what you're going to do is kill that knight zombie, and he's going to drop the very last stamp to build the 4th and final sword. Once you get the last stamp, what you're going to do is go back to the knight's room, drop off the lion sword, and what you're going to do is come over here and pick up the raven sword. This is the toughest sword to build because of some of the steps, but we will break it down now. So the first step to the raven sword is that piece that we picked up before round 10 in the room by the knight sword is what we're going to use for this first step. But if you didn't pick up that piece, again, come into this room over here by the knight room, and it's going to be a little rock piece that you're going to pick up, and each game that you play is going to be a different piece. So there's going to be 5 different pieces it can be. It's going to either have a horn on it, a fish on it, a jawbone, a raven skull, or a scorpion. Once you find that piece in this room by the knight's room, we're going to take this down to the spawn area and go underneath where the portal's at, and what you're going to do is place this rock piece into this wall thing over here. Once you place the little rock piece into the wall, some zodiac sign runes are going to pop up on this wall, and what you're going to do is place your sword in the little slot in the wall as well. So each different piece, like the horn, the fish, the scorpion, the jawbone, and the raven's skull, it depends on what piece you pick up. It's going to be certain symbols that you have to turn due to certain rock pieces that you have in your game, and I am going to post up a little cheat sheet here for you to kind of help you out on what piece that you got in your game to figure out what symbols that you have, and once you place those symbols, you're on the next step. So when you're trying to figure out what symbols to use, the only symbols that really matter is the top 2 of the symbols and the bottom 2 of the symbols. So use the cheat sheet that I have posted in the video to help you figure out what symbols you need due to what rock piece you picked up. So what's going to happen is once you get the right symbols with the little rock piece you have on the wall, what's going to happen is a little purple orb is going to come out of the wall, and what it's going to do is open up a little portal in this little downstairs area, and what you have to do is these little orbs are going to keep coming out, and what you have to do is get the orbs to fly into the little portal on the ground. So these little purple orbs are going to follow you until you get the purple orbs to go into the portal on the ground. Once you have gotten that, the portal on the ground is going to move, and you just have to follow it and then do it 2 more times. So once you get the first one done, what you're going to do is go upstairs and follow the little purple orb that flies away. And it's going to be the same thing. These little purple orbs are going to just keep coming. And you have to keep getting the purple orbs to go into the portal in the next location. And once you get that one done, it's going to take you upstairs by the pool table. And it's going to open the last and third portal underground. And it's going to be the same thing. You have to try to lead these little purple orbs into the portal. Once you finish up the third portal area, what you're going to do is follow the purple orb back downstairs and where that little portal, red portal is, where you did the zodiac sign step, and you're going to come up here to this wall and interact with the wall that you did the symbols on. And what's going to happen is it's going to open a void portal, and the sword is going to go down into the ground. Once you have done that, you have now completed the Raven Sword. So the special attack with the Raven Sword is what's going to happen is it's going to open up a portal, like a void portal, and what it's going to do is suck all the zombies into that portal and kill the zombies. This is probably one of my favorite swords in Citadelle. Anyways guys, we're going to end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go smash the like button. It'd be much appreciated. Hopefully this Wonder Weapon tutorial guide for Citadelle was very helpful on learning how to build all 4 of the swords for Citadelle. If it was, again, please go smash the like button. It would be much appreciated. If you guys want to see more tutorial guides like this, come to the channel. Also comment down below and let me know what kind of zombie content you want to see come to the channel next. And again, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, please smash the like button. It would be much appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.